Part 1. Rise of the Roman military. As the Roman military grew in strength, so did its ambitions. The conquests of Julius Caesar and his successors brought the Roman Empire to new heights of power and prosperity, but they also brought new challenges and enemies. One of the most significant threats to the Roman Empire came from the north, where the Germanic tribes were becoming more organized and aggressive. The Romans faced several defeats at the hands of the Germanic tribes, including a devastating defeat at the Battle of Teutoburg Forest in 9 AD. Despite these setbacks, the Roman military continued to expand and adapt. New tactics and technologies, such as the use of cavalry and siege weapons, were developed to help the Romans maintain their dominance over their enemies. As the Roman Empire continued to grow, the military became an even more important component of Roman society. Soldiers were respected and honored members of society, and the military became an important path to social mobility for those who were not born into wealth or nobility. However, the rise of the Roman military was not without its costs. The constant warfare and expansion brought with it destruction, death, and suffering for both Romans and their enemies. The Roman military's thirst for conquest and glory would eventually lead to the downfall of the empire itself. Part 2. Roman military tactics and strategy. The Roman military's organization also included specialized units, such as the cavalry and the engineers. The cavalry was made up of skilled horse riders who were used for reconnaissance, flanking maneuvers, and other specialized tasks. The engineers were responsible for building fortifications and siege engines, such as battering rams and siege towers. One of the most famous examples of Roman military strategy was the use of the double envelopment, or the pincer movement. This tactic involved surrounding the enemy on both sides and attacking from two directions, creating confusion and disarray among the enemy forces. Overall, the Roman military's tactics and strategy were highly effective and allowed them to achieve significant military victories. The Roman Empire's military power and organization were a key factor in their dominance over much of the ancient world. However, their reliance on military might also contributed to their eventual downfall, as their military expenses became unsustainable and their focus on conquest and expansion led to internal instability. Part 3. Decline of the Roman military. As the Roman Empire began to decline, the military struggled to maintain its effectiveness. The vast size of the empire made it difficult to defend all of its borders, and the increasing use of mercenaries and the decline of discipline among soldiers led to a weakening of the military's power. In addition to these challenges, the Roman military was also faced with external threats, including the invasions of Germanic tribes and the emergence of new empires in the east. The military was stretched thin and unable to effectively respond to these threats. Internal political instability and corruption also took their toll on the military. As Roman politicians became more concerned with personal gain and power struggles, the military suffered from a lack of resources and support. By the 5th century AD, the Roman military was a shadow of its former self. It was unable to defend the empire from external threats, and internal corruption and instability made it difficult to maintain discipline and order within the military ranks. Despite its decline, the legacy of the Roman military lived on. Its tactics and strategies continued to influence military thinkers and leaders for centuries to come, and its impact can still be seen in modern military organizations around the world.